it's global, right? But it's like, but weightlifting is
Good.
so
All right, internet.
gulf of strength
Stick with
sports, just
Yeah.
like there's no music, there's no.
Because at the end of the day, you're everyone's there collectively. So
Okay. All right. We're in there.
Going.
Yep. Got 3 people on. 6.
Yay! Welcome, people.
Welcome, guys. Welcome to the Upstate Strength Cast. My name is Jacob. We got Logan Krieger here, Chad Delaney, and Joe. What's your last name?
Abrams.
Abrams. Awesome.
Sir.
Welcome to the podcast, man. Welcome. Yeah, guys. We were just in here. Last Thursday or Friday?
It was Friday.
Was it?
Friday,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my first week back from the vacation. So.
Okay. Yeah. So obviously Friday we didn't have the ability to go live, some internet issues, so we kind of pre-recorded it and then I posted it, which was still a really good episode. Talking about some
cool stuff.
mindset with Olympic competitors, especially with the issue with the gymnasts backing out last minute.
Yeah.
And then obviously this weekend we've received some news in the bodybuilding world. Lost a legend, John Meadows.
Absolutely.
So,
Man. That's crazy, dude.
Very impactful guy.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Super influential. Because I'm bodybuilding and powerlifting. I mean, I've followed a couple of his programs and they're absolutely brutal.
Yeah.
Like want to puke every time.
Yeah, right.
Excessive volume.
super
tough workouts,
volume,
but
yeah.
But very smart guy.
Mhm.
It's like he was on a number of different podcasts. Just
Yeah.
Well, he was,
He was
famous for
dude,
his
how many, he had a few 100,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
So he was by no means like
Right.
a,
I feel like he was
small player.
the people's just super different. Dive in a little bit your experience with him.
Yeah.
But you were saying just like his, hey, I'm here to help sort of attitude. It was
Mm-hmm.
never a how do I get big? It was just I'm here to help the people. So
Right. And we had him on our podcast last year. It was called the Supplement Industry Roundtable. We did, and since then it's kind of dissolved. But it was a podcast where all realms of the supplement industry would come together and kind of discuss fitness, health, brands, etc. And during that cast,
can we hit a mute on that?
I think I can. Yeah. So this will provide some character here. But no, so during the cast, he was super helpful, super educational about his brand and his background. But he also he gave me his personal phone number at the end, and he was like, "Hey man, you never need anything, let me know." And he's the owner of a pretty sizable supplement company, Granite Supplements, and so him having that and knowing what I do, which is sell supplements. He could have been like any other salesperson and come out and just been like, "Hey, buy my stuff.
Yeah.
I want you to, sell it."
Yeah.
He didn't. He was helpful. He gave me business advice, any kind of insight he could, just out of the goodness of his heart.
Right.
That's awesome,
So
man. Yeah.
really great guy. And obviously we carry his products anyway. So definitely a huge. He's like the grandfather of bodybuilding, or like the martyr in the bodybuilding world for sure.
Yeah.
Because yes, there's Joe Eater, yes, there's Arnold, yes, there's Dorian, Lee Haney, all the big players but nobody has left as much information and value in the age of the internet as John Meadows has.
Yeah, particularly in the age of the internet, I
Uh-huh.
think that really nails it. It's like
Yeah.
you can find this guy
Yeah.
everywhere, and never any moment of his attitude, just like I'm the bodybuilder. It was here's the info, here's this is what I did, this is how to help. And I feel like he was like the dad that like launched you to celebrity. And then you were there with the Lee Haneys and the Arnolds and all that and the Ronnies, but he was the dude who got you there.
Right. And he even said on his cast, he was like, there has to be a life after bodybuilding. He's like,
really
same
cool.
thing with any sport. It's a good kind of segue, but athletes who grow up in a sport and then they play collegiate sports.
Yeah.
And that's all they know. I mean, it's train, focus on, workouts, food, sleep. bodybuilding's the same way. I mean, a lot of guys don't know how to escape that mentality of and have a real life.
Yeah.
And he even said that's one of his passions when he would work with clients is how to have a life outside of bodybuilding and away from it.
That's really cool.
So
Just the sports psychology of it all.
mhm.
That's cool, man. Someone
Very
who just
much so.
really wants to contribute to just bringing up health, fitness in general, right?
Yeah.
Just wants to contribute. Doesn't necessarily just want a big chunk of change. There's so many experts out there that are just like, hey, I'm literally just here just to try to push my products, make some money, and grow my empire. Like Arnold's great, right?
Mhm.
But Arnold very much loved being Arnold. You
Yeah.
know, and he wanted to be as famous as possible and
Yep.
influential. But I don't feel like Arnold was nearly as like giving in information. That wasn't what Arnold did best. Arnold was an action hero. He was He loved being the center of attention. He loved winning.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
He
mean?
still does. I mean,
Yeah.
he's the governor of California.
Yeah, right.
He's still freaking Arnold, man.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he's then again, good doctors.
Yeah. And Sylvester Stallone, man. No one doctors.
Lord,
around,
man, I know,
Jesus.
dude.
Why, dude?
And that, I mean, if you guys have watched the what's the action movie where Sylvester Stallone was on recently?
Rainbow?
Despendables or something?
Oh, The Expendables.
Expendables.
Yeah.
That mug was in his 60s and literally blew up.
Huge.
Like,
Yeah.
like, dude.
Unbelievable.
And not really the fact that, I mean, we all knew he was doing some kind of drugs, but
Sure.
like the fact to be that age and have your heart health in check
Yes.
to be able to run those drugs,
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
that's
that's
what's
right.
amazing to me.
Wow.
So, but but rest in peace, John Meadows, definitely an influential character.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Crazy, scary. 49.
Was he 49?
49. That's what I read.
And we still don't know, right? We said just past peacefully. in his sleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
If there's any way to go, that's the way I want to
Mhm.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And he
That's with
was
his family.
very much at peace too.
Yeah,
he was just always a peaceful guy. So
Yeah.
very happy. Kind of kicked myself yesterday a little bit because I was on the phone with him last month. I had plans to go up and visit him in Ohio. I had to cancel him. Just attending to the store,
Sure.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, like, I would have had that opportunity, but then again, it probably would have been that much harder, or
Sure.
mentally kind of.
Oh,
Draining,
God.
yeah.
So, yeah.
So,
You said that you had that podcast last year.
yeah.
With him. So what from the podcast alone over that last year, what I guess influence did you get in a positive and more increased way since that podcast?
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
obviously, did it go in a progressive manner?
right, and and at this point, you guys know me. Like I'm not a competitive bodybuilder. Like I love lifting, I love being like bodybuilding. But so the sports side, bodybuilding side, not so much. But in the business side, he really helped me mature my mindset. And just the few conversations we had, he often talked about like good leadership, picking the right people on your team. He had made so many mistakes with employees and team members in the past that hurt the chain in his business. And he really spoke to me on, really finding and cultivating the right team and leadership, and had a lot of great, metaphors for it to him. He used to coach Little League football. He was passionate about that. He had 2 younger sons,
That's awesome.
super passionate about them. And he just loved coaching, kids sports too. And he would always kind of correlate
I think
to
you
that.
go to his page. That's like the first thing in his bio is coaching like youth sports.
Yep. It was father.
He's John
youth-
Meadows,
Mhm.
and it's like how cool, man. Like
Yeah,
that's the
cool.
second most important thing to being a father. is
Yep.
Yeah.
Coaching youth sports and husband, and it's like that's cool, man.
He had his ducks in a row.
Yeah,
he
absolutely.
bodybuilding's very vain. It's very like me.
Yeah, it's a selfish sport.
Very much. And then,
Has to
you throw drugs into that mix and you automatically increase your confidence. And
Mm-hmm.
it's directly correlated with narcissism. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
that sport
sure.
is filled with it. But
Yeah.
him, he was a little different. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, it was cool
great
seeing
guy.
Very cool.
But- Anyway, any news in the Upstate and the fitness world coming up that we need to discuss?
We found out officially we are doing a 2-day event, right?
2-day event, October 30th and 31st. Day 1 is 45 lifters, and day 2 is 30 lifters.
Okay.
Can't remember. They are going to be splitting them up. I think
220,
it's-
220 and up is day 2.
Yeah, the heavyweights
Pretty
are
much
day
everybody
2.
below 220 is going to be day 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
So are there still spots open? That's my question.
Yeah. I think there is
Cool.
still some spots available. I know Trisha mentioned this was a while back that she had about 25 people on the waiting list, and that's the reason why I got pushed to 2 days. Is we had yet to struggle to fill our competitions.
No, guys, keep killing it with signing up.
Yeah. I mean,
Please keep it up. That's so cool. Yeah, we always
go
have
above
a
and beyond to try to
huge
take care of
blast.
people,
Yeah.
and I think it's nice that we get so much support.
Yep.
Yeah.
Trish and Gary
Yep.
always run such a good show, so it's nice to be able to accommodate and
Yeah.
provide a space.
We've got their all new ghost equipment.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
It's sick.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Just want to pocket one of the two. Trisha Gary, don't.
So they do an inventory check at the end. It's like,
They better, dude.
how are
I
we
would-
negative? that's in October. Is that what
October
we're talking about?
30th
Yeah.
and
Okay.
31st.
So
Yeah.
day of the deadlift, man, officially like Halloween style. And,
That's dope.
Yeah, it's gonna be very cool.
That's
Oh,
gonna be
and for anybody who knows Jeff Pence, Magic Rooster Tattoo,
Okay.
30th, they are hosting it's a charity event. I think it's for the Humane Society last year.
Uh-huh.
This one might go to the Children's Hospital. Anyway, they do a charity Halloween costume contest every year at the shop. It's just up the road here in Malden at Magic Rooster Tattoo. That'll be literally that night, the 30th, that evening. So if
Cool.
anybody's around, definitely go show up. Jeff is
Yeah.
awesome. His employees are awesome. It's cool. It's fun. I think it's adult only. But
That's cool.
it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, we'll definitely be at the day of the deadlift
Yeah.
party or
Yeah.
the event.
Yeah.
We'll
It's gonna be next
sponsor or
month.
whatever we can. Yeah.
It's gonna be a long, awesome weekend.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a long, awesome weekend, yeah,
So from
for sure.
I guess outside of that, from a business perspective and like a gym ownership perspective, when you guys put on events, do you guys have like a role in providing like what the I guess competitors win? Like, is that y'all's job, like organizing it, or do like the powerlifting association that's coming in? Do they do all that?
Yeah.
Like,
So-
I didn't know if like you guys are just the grounds.
Yeah,
Or-
we're pretty much the
Okay.
house. We
Warm-up
provide
equipment,
warm-ups,
Okay.
pretty much everything outside of the platform.
rest of the water
But
fountain atmosphere.
yeah, all the fun stuff.
Yeah.
No, then the rest is organized by the federation because
Okay.
it's got to live up to their standards, and,
Understood.
and then
Understood.
you have to have kind of that quality thread
Mhm.
through
Mhm.
every state meet, every level.
Right.
So they make sure all records are counting and all that. And
Yeah.
we generally have so there's different levels of referees.
Mhm.
There's state and then national. And I think we generally have 2 national
Mhm.
refs here.
I
So
think
you,
it has to be.
so
in
you
order
can-
to set national
so you can
records.
hit
Yeah.
national records at this meet.
Gotcha.
And then it's also counts as qualifiers
Yeah.
for nationals as well. So,
Yeah.
but most of that logistical stuff's handled by the federation.
Cool. So do they? I mean, when an event like that happens, do they reach out for sponsorships? Like, is that like with powerlifting? Is
yeah.
Like, could we if we wanted to sponsor the meet?
Yeah.
Like, is
No,
that
yeah.
something we reach out to them about, or
Yeah,
you guys?
best way either reach out
Yeah.
to us
Uh-huh.
and we'll get you in touch with
Yeah.
Gary and Trisha Emmerich of
Cool.
USPA South Carolina.
Yeah.
Or reach out to I think the Instagram is at USPA South Carolina.
Cool.
Or Gary and Trisha Emmerich. That's EMRICH on Facebook. That's the best way we've gotten in touch. We communicate
Awesome.
with them.
Yep.
Sweet.
But yeah, reach out to us at TriFit Barbell. Come up here 320 West Butler Road.
Yeah.
Or give us a call 864-520
Yeah.
1202.
Yeah.
And we'll get you in touch with them, please.
Yeah, of course.
Any sponsorship. We always have some booths set up.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
great time to get in touch with a lot of people who lift.
And then just stuff come up, but I won't say it. Things happen on that day, so he's quick, he's around, he's here to help. So
Mhm.
it's very cool. It's a very positive room. You meet a lot of people. It's great networking.
Yeah.
I know you guys are going to be out there. We're excited to have you
Mhm.
guys. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, man. And
a
that's-
lot of strong people.
Right.
you know?
Little segue into the coalition, since this is a cast for the coalition. That's something I'm seeing as we haven't even launched any of the video interviews. I have like 20 I've got to edit, but even still going and doing those, like there's more interest from other people, like other businesses that are part of it, to like sponsor these kind of things. Like we could create, like if you guys announced it in the coalition group or something, like I guarantee 10 businesses would want to jump on it.
Awesome.
And that's
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
what it's forming is like, hey,
Yeah.
we're going to support you. We want to sponsor you. You go, sponsor us, etc. I'm noticing that really heavily because when we push something, like we'll put it on the story on TNS and just have the little coalition logo on it. So many people are interested. Like, oh, I didn't know this gym was there, or like I didn't know this event was going on. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be a really cool thing.
Yeah.
Hopefully we make it really big. Have a
Yeah,
lot of stuff out here.
very
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I personally know people that they know what powerlifting is,
Mhm.
but they've never been to a meet because they're not that well broadcasted in the
Yeah,
in the
it's
local
a
area.
totally different experience.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's
So-
how it was. So before I came out here with you guys, that's literally how it was. I always thought powerlifting was you got to be a certain size before you can even walk into that type of training. So I always stuck around with calisthenics and agility and bodybuilding type training. So when I came out here and they're like, "Oh, have you ever deadlift?" I'm like, "That's none of my vocabulary because
Yeah.
that's on the larger side of the gym." You know?
Right.
So. But it's cool to see that individuals who have never done it before
Mhm.
are up on the platform, and that experience for them catalyst into a possible career for it, or getting into more like strength training in general as a
Mhm.
whole, as opposed to just standing in front of the mirror and working out.
Exactly.
And so I think you learn a lot more at
Right.
what you're capable of doing than you are just showing up to the gym. per se.
Mhm.
So that was one thing I learned when it came to being an outsider of the powerlifting world. So that correlates exactly what you're talking about.
Right.
So I'm sure there's tons more people out there who
Mhm.
are literally going through the same thing. Just don't.
But getting here that have never been to one.
Mhm.
Because dude, I mean, the first time
Yeah.
I went to a powerlifting, I was like, wait, it's because I'd only been to bodybuilding shows.
Right.
And bodybuilding is, like I've said, it's very vain. It's very
Mhm.
you versus you, and that's cool. So is powerlifting in a different way.
Yeah.
When I came out to this meet, this was like coming here was, I think, the second powerlifting meet I'd been to. That was
Oh,
when I
wow.
met Stacy and I met you guys.
Oh,
the first time.
okay, yeah.
Dude, I think it was like literally 2 weeks after I opened the Spartanburg store. So this is like
Oh,
3 years
wow.
ago, man.
Okay.
Yeah. I was young Jacob, just graduated college, whatever. But I was like, dude, everybody's supporting everybody here. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Even if, let's say you've got 2 athletes who are lifting and they're neck and neck with their totals,
Mhm.
the other guy's still going to cheer you on to get the
Yep,
lift. Like,
100%.
nobody ever wants to see
Yeah.
anybody fail.
there's no animosity at all because it's you versus you.
Yep.
When
Yeah.
you show up to a meet, you want to do better than you did last time.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yep.
very, very cool. And,
Yeah, great.
an amazing sport to be a part of. I mean,
Yeah.
I think definitely.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
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 From an outside perspective, I think some people do get intimidated. It's like because I was also like bodybuilding, volleyball, stuff like that, so sports too. But then starting into powerlifting, it's like you want. But then after once you start talking to people, it's like the friendliest people. I promise you, you compliment someone's squat, you're gonna make a best friend. In a
You will
hot
see
second.
tears.
Or even like Stacy.
Mhm.
I mean, Stacy was pretty legit at that point. She had I don't even know how many records by the time that she came here for the first time, and then a year later she set all-time world record, right? But just going up to her, I was just like, everybody was like, "Is that Stacy Bird? Is that Stacy Bird?" And I walked up, I was like, "Hey, Stacy." It was just like, people are pretty excited to like talk to you and just like meet you, like you tell them to come right up and say hi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was very serious. I was like, "Well, cool." Like,
She's something good right
humble as
now.
crap. Yeah,
Yeah.
super sweet and humble, and so just another sport. Like we talked about John Mills, just people that like, no matter how good you get at it, you still can appreciate where you came from. And 99.9% of the people that powerlift are awesome people,
Mhm.
And I love meeting new people.
Yeah.
Like even when I meet new people getting powerlifting, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be so great. You're gonna love it.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's
awesome.
fun, man. It's a good time.
So, but
Awesome.
anything else notable?
Have they given any more information about the Tough Expo that's coming in February?
Yeah. So we talked about it briefly on Friday, which wasn't live. So obviously we're going to be the title sponsor of it. So any information that's coming will probably come to me
Oh, okay.
first for
Awesome.
like promoting it.
Cool.
This is a brand new thing. The Tough Expo has never been done. So we're really relying heavily on the coalition and the TNS kind of marketing to kind of spread the word.
Mhm.
Obviously they have their own thing going. They have a team that they've hired to do it. But as far as I know, I think it's USAPL. North Carolina Strongman is going to be running an event down here
I
too.
believe it's USPA.
Oh, it's the USPA.
yeah.
Okay, see,
Pretty
yeah,
sure
I'm
it's
not sure.
USPA.
It's Gary
Yeah.
and Trisha.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Starting to
Yeah,
confirm them, so they'll
Cool.
maybe run the same show.
awesome,
The
dude.
people that
Yeah,
are hosting our meet here,
They're gonna
same
host it
people
there?
are doing
Yeah.
absolutely.
Dope.
You
Okay.
get
So you know it'll be a
yeah.
good.
yeah, it's cool.
Absolutely.
Cool.
They always
Yeah.
do a great job.
I know that there's New Breed Jiu-Jitsu. There's going to be tournaments
Yeah.
going on that day.
Oh, very cool.
And then also CrossFit OSC is hosting a actual, I guess, sanctioned CrossFit competition there.
Oh, cool.
So is
Okay.
it Gordon
So-
Haney?
No, so that's
OSC.
Simpsonville.
Oh,
OSC
okay,
is
yeah. Is that just
yeah,
SC
yeah.
or
I
something?
literally just texted him this morning, so
Okay.
my brain is not there.
Right,
But
right.
yeah, great people
Cool.
out there too.
Awesome.
OSC is an awesome box too. I
Yeah.
mean, every box I've been to is great, but they're really great about families. They have like a little kids area.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of CrossFit gyms, it's just the open box, and if you have kids, got to figure out that situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that was one thing. I was there a few weeks ago, and I like it.
That's awesome. Very cool.
But the Tough Expo, I'm really surprised that it's only one day.
That's what I was going to ask. Is it 1 day or 2 day? And it's 1 day.
I wish that it would have been 2 day, but
Yeah.
I guess we're cramming it into 1 day.
Yeah.
February 19th.
It's a lot of competition.
Don't blink, man. That thing's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
So, we don't have so much time to kind of be out there and promote, but we'll be there all day.
Yeah.
So it'll be
Yeah.
fun, man.
I just wanna
Obviously,
be-
we'd love to get all you guys out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I want to be out
It'll
there.
fun.
100%. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And the way that we have it set up right now is they've kind of showed me where we're going to be in the Greenville Convention Center. We have like 3 10x10 booth spaces.
Cool.
I'm more than willing to give up space to other gyms or other people who want to promote within my
Are
space.
they all sold out already?
Well, the ones that I have.
one you-
So
okay,
that we're
okay,
entitled
okay.
to 3 spaces. Like if gym owners, if you're in the coalition listening to this, if you guys want to come leave cards on one of our tables, like do it.
Yeah.
Promote yourself.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be hosting, instead of doing the traditional sales table, we're not we don't sell stuff at these things.
Yeah, sure.
We're gonna actually have an interview set up to do live broadcasting and interviews
Yeah,
with athletes.
cool. Very
So
cool.
we'll have like some basically some stools, have a little camera running, you know, and like
ESPN
microphone.
style,
yeah.
You know, like, and so we're actually gonna broadcast it locally to the Upstate. And so
Very cool.
you know,
that's gonna be awesome.
people don't get that at expos, man. You know, you don't see that live broadcasting like you would at a sport
Right,
event.
right.
I think that'd be kind of cool.
That'd be
Yeah.
very cool.
It'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Emotions are high, adrenaline's
Yeah.
high. Like that's the best time
Yeah.
to talk to somebody. It's just like,
Mhm.
everything's right there, fresh in their mind.
Yeah.
It's like,
And a lot of
how did you
people-
feel? That was heavy.
Yeah. It's like, and you know, like obviously based off of our Olympic commentary so far, like
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be. Oh, yeah.
you know, it's like, and on to you next time. We have Isaac standing beside the line at the restroom.
Yeah,
Tell us
that's-
about the status going on.
These guys got pee bad.
We're having a pee emergency here. But yeah,
That's
just
awesome.
knowing how we give very few Fs, it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, it'll be
Oh,
fun.
man.
It'll be real fun.
Yeah.
But and then obviously next weekend, the 21st, the Upstate Classic, big bodybuilding show down in
Oh, yeah.
Spartanburg.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
That'll be going on all day.
God,
It's
that's
a
not gonna-
I think the one Kim was gonna do that one, but I think she decided not to.
Okay.
For whatever reason. I
Yeah.
think that was the one, right? It was gonna be really.
Either that one or it was in Columbia.
Was the one with
Okay,
Columbia?
that's the
Okay,
Excalibur.
okay,
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Excalibur.
It's one of the two
No,
of
that's
those.
in Charleston. Never mind. Excalibur's this weekend in Charleston.
Okay.
Then the Upstate Classics next weekend.
Maybe it's
okay.
this week.
Yeah.
The Charleston one. She was gonna do that.
Yeah.
She'll be the next.
Yeah, both of them are. I mean, the Upstate Classic's great because it's a small show.
Yeah.
Like it's not that big.
Mhm.
I don't know how many athletes have signed up, but it's a national qualifier. So if you win, or I think even top 3, go to NQ. You know,
Yeah, right. Right.
Then that's a direct line for your pro card.
Exactly. Yeah.
So a lot of people. I don't know how many, like I said, athletes are going to be there, but we'll be there. It'll be fun.
Awesome.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but other than that, any last, I guess, additions to the cast
Yeah.
for today? Any thoughts? Any?
Well, hey, you're starting up your boot camps, right?
Yeah. Let's talk about that.
So,
yeah.
that was used to before I came out here with these guys. I was doing outdoor boot camps. JK Fit, Joking Fitness is what it is, and so the big thing with that was just trying to get to where anyone and everyone, and not just a central demographic. I didn't like the idea of like only training one type of individual. So allowing people who were having kids that could come up who were like 6 years old could do the camp next to a 90-year-old individual. But then also having people who are that much more into fitness working out with people who've never been into fitness or afraid to be in it, with the intimidation factor. It became very collective that everyone was supporting each other again at that point. So it was cool to see individuals who were that much more excelled next to someone who wasn't there yet to be able to, hey, instead of having the coach tell you what to do the entire time, they would go over there and help encourage each other as well. So it was a smaller community that got built up, but I've had a lot of inquiries about whether or not I still hosted them. So after a couple months of really getting into it, the idea behind it, I pitched these guys. I think I want to go, open it back up for everyone. Now the weather's not 1,000 degrees outside.
Right.
And so the first camp is August 21st at 9 a.m. at Legacy Park off of Verde Boulevard here in Greenville, South Carolina. And again, it's $10 to show up. And everything else will be supplied for you other than just your comic relief. But
games and the jokes.
yeah, that's where you go. And the cool thing about it was it's not one of those things where you're only dedicated to an hour of time or 30 minutes. Like you could literally run the circuit as many times as you wanted to. It's a way to pick brains out there. Like I've had friends that come out who are other trainers or coaches from other sports just to go out there and help out with networking alone, but then also just to give their own advice. They might see an athlete out there who could benefit from their own vision compared to mine type thing too. So that's, again, at the end of the day, is be able to help as many people as possible. Yeah, that's what why I like to do the camps, where it's just a generalized public for that one too. So it's not one where you have to be a member at a certain type of lifting or type of training style. It's just you just have to want to try and be better than you were yesterday, basically.
Exactly.
So it's the motto of it is just show up, and the rest of the time it'll be taken care of. So it's cool that you reminded me of that. I didn't think about that. So
That's also too close to the project.
But no, I'm excited about it, man. It's just one thing that I'm really passionate about. Like I said, is to be able to help as many as I can, no matter what background. And it's always cool. Like it's almost research purposes for me too. So it's a way for me to help educate myself so that I can educate others too.
Right, dude. Did you make a post about that already?
I did. It was on my
cool.
So I posted it on my actual Facebook page and on my
Cool.
and that's a private one.
Mhm.
And that's like for everyone, I always ask to to join in if they have. I always ask people to post on their own progress results, stuff like that. So it's not made for only for me to talk to everyone, but everyone never know what have that advice that I haven't been able to reach out to help out with someone too. And I think it relates better when an individual to the same difficulties with like their diet or their training as a whole, that they get it from a non-coach perspective and just from an actual athlete perspective. It's like I think that's a different side that most people don't think about, and it's not a sense of arrogance or sense of well I know more than you. It's just more like I had the same issue. So this is what helped me out, So
Exactly.
but yeah, so that's cool. I think it'll be a really good time, and depending on how this first camp goes, I want to make it to where it's not just a once a month or once a week kind of thing. I'd like to make it collectively, a couple times a week, but also hitting different parts. So there's different parts of Greenville and the Upstate in general being showcased.
I like
there's
that.
a lot of people that are from other parts of the Upstate that can't venture out this far. So it's always a good way to take people who are on this side of town to another side of town. The places are growing up that aren't getting.
Exactly.
And shop small. So that's what I care about. So
I like it, dude. Have you connected with SweatNet by chance?
No, I haven't.
Yeah. So they're an app here in the Upstate. Rally a lot of those. If they might be interested, I'd recommend looking stuff too. Hopefully, stir up some more people to come out and be
definitely.
there. So, but cool. No doubt. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening to the Upstate Strengthcast, presented by the Upstate Coalition. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, just about anywhere that has video and or audio. Have a good one. See you next time.